to Japan Booze Blind, care of Japan Eats. We are in Koenji at Las Meninas, a beautiful little bar that focuses on Spanish wine and tapas. Fantastic food over here. You definitely should check it out. Check our site for directions. I'm here with James. James, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Simon, good to see you.
Chris.
We are here to answer a very important question today, a question that is on everybody's mind, and that is, what do women want? Yeah, you're right. That was a stupid question. Okay, we'll move on. Let's try something else. Maybe you can handle this one. How about umeshu? We're in a bar. What about umeshu? Do you like this stuff? Have you drank it before? What your thoughts?
Women might want umeshu.
There you go. Oh, why didn't you say that before?
Answer, yeah.
Yeah, that was slow.
Yes, I have had umeshu quite a lot. Usually it's when my fiance leaves some in the fridge, or I often give it as omiyage as well, because it's it's a nice present to give to people back home.
And people are going to open it immediately.
And they get open it and they share it with me, and I enjoy that.
Yeah, I know what kind of guest you are.
Yeah.
I do drink this drink also quite often, courtesy of my wife, who doesn't drink a whole lot of alcohol, but this is certainly one she goes for. I think it is one of those great drinks that if you're not a big fan of the stronger Japanese sakes, such as Nihonshu or Shochu, this is a perfect in-between.
So what do women want? It appears that they want a sweet drink, and that's why we're here. We're here to look at a few. You got to understand this stuff, right? We as the people who often buy the drinks, we got to understand the drink. So we're here to look at umeshu today, and we got a few different varieties. It's got a long history in Japan. This drink, it's umeshu is umeshu.
Full of cultural symbolism, this drink, and very rich flavors too. Great drink. Yes.
Yeah, and everybody's gonna say that it's sweet, right? And we are not going to use that word today. We've already made that rule, so
we'll
just
avoid
keep that
that
in mind.
as much as possible.
We'll do our best.
Don't use the S word.
Yeah.
But umeshu has been around for at least 1,000 years in what has been written, and they've got the recipe down, which is really simple. It basically includes ume and then alcohol and sugar. Right? It's quite simple.
And you can make this at home, can't you?
Yeah, a lot of people make it at home. Have you ever made it?
No, I've never made it. I have tried homemade stuff, but I've never made it myself.
Oh, it's absolutely.
Yeah. Have you made it?
Yeah. Actually, my old landlady gave us a big jar, as you normally make it in, a big glass jar, and you clean everything up really nice. I mean, it has to be super clean, and then you put the plums in there. Plums are really clean. You take the stems off and put the plums in there. Rock sugar, plums, rock sugar in a bit of a stacked type of formation. Then you pour the shochu on top, about 35% alcohol, and then seal it up nice and tight. We put saran wrap around it, ducked it, and then left it for 2 years. You don't have to leave it that long, like 3 months, 6 months.
Yeah, okay.
That's enough.
Yeah.
And it's
green ume too, unripe.
That's a good point. Yeah. You don't put the yellow ones in there. You buy them when they're green, when they're immature, right? Much
a
like
very short
somebody
window
I know.
period every year to make this
That's
drink.
right. That's the season's finishing at the
Right,
moment.
actually, we're right at the end of the
At the
season,
end of
so
the- yeah.
we weren't able, unfortunately, to bring in our own concoction. But if you have a chance, definitely, it's not hard to do at all. Just keep everything clean, and you should be good to go. Yeah, upend that thing once a month, once every 3 months to get the sugar dissolved. But it's
6 months later, ladle it out.
ladle it out.
Yeah.
Bring your friends over. That's actually what we did. We had a big birthday party in February, and like 6 people had birthdays. And I'm like, okay, this is a great time. So we cracked that thing open. I thought it was going to be crap, actually, to be honest with you. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And it was so good that at the end of the night, there was red wine all over the ceiling. That's how good it was.
Fun party.
That doesn't happen. That was a party. Yeah, it involved a CO2 corkscrew, but whatever. That's another story. We're going to bring out some umeshu today. We got 3 varieties. We've got choya, which is available everywhere in supermarkets and department stores everywhere, right? I'm sure you've seen it. It comes in carton form. It comes in a glass with the ume in there.
Yeah.
And then we've got ume nishiki, which is a slightly more expensive one, although we'll compare the how we like them later. And then the most expensive one is the kaga umeshu, and all 3 of them are nice. I tried them earlier, one thing to keep in mind, right? Ume does not mean plum. You knew that.
No, that's right. It's more closely related to an apricot than a plum.
Or it's somewhere in between, right?
Something to do with the acidic levels.
Right, because a plum has what, like
1 to 2% acidity.
Yeah, that's right. And then apparently the ume has like 4 or 5%.
Close to 5, yeah.
Somewhere in between. So
Yeah.
that's why we can't really call it plum wine, because it's not plum and it's not a wine. So we're gonna call it Umeshu. Yep, there you go. All right, so without further ado, let's bring out the 3 contestants. We're gonna taste them and we're gonna see how we like them. We're gonna get your ideas on these 2. All right, let's go. All right, this is how we do it. We've got them blindfolded so they can't see anything. They can smell it and they can taste it. That's what they're gonna do. We're gonna start with Umeshu number 1. Here we go. James, put your hand out. There you go.
Thank you.
Simon, put your hand out. There you go. Take a sniff, take a sip,
Cheers.
and then I'm coming to you, James, first for your comments, all right?
It's very thick, but the texture is very thick. It's quite sharp. It has quite a strong sour feel. I'm gonna have to compare it with the other ones, but it's very pleasant.
The first one's always tough because you don't have anything to
that's right.
to play it off of. What do you think, Simon?
Yeah, the flavors definitely coming at you all at the same time. This one's a very well held together drink.
Uh-huh.
I think, yeah, I like this one. It's good.
I felt that number 1 was pretty familiar. So take another sip.
Got quite strong raisiny, currenty flavor in it.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
You got that?
Yeah, I am wanting to compare it to the next one though, just to see how much it stands out in
Okay,
comparison.
I'm gonna put this down for you, Simon. All right, taste test number 2. Put your hand out, James. There you go.
Thank you.
Simon, your turn. There you are.
Thank you.
All right, enjoy that. Coming to you first, Simon.
Yeah, this one's definitely taking me off in a couple of different directions from the start. The last one, definitely everything at the same time. This one, got a few different things going on in the mouth. You can really taste the fruit and the alcohol quite separately, but it's still a good drink.
I thought the texture it's feels more thin than the first one.
Huh?
The flavor is stronger, and but it's maybe not as, I felt not as warm at the back.
Yeah.
So the flavor's not as thick, but there might be something to do with the texture.
No,
too.
I know what you mean, because the first one I felt was like a really full, there was a whole bunch of bouquet in there, and this one's just more focused, I felt. Yeah. Yeah? All right, let's move on. We're going to go to numero 3, taste test number 3. All right, James. Just clinky, clinky. There you go. Number 3. There you go. Enjoy that. James, I'll come to you first.
That one feels like it's in between numbers 1 and 2. The flavor feels wider slightly. The texture is still kind of thin, but it's not so strong right from the start like the second one was. It's more of a deeper kind of like the first one was a bit.
It's round, isn't it?
But yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well put. Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I think the fruit flavor in this one's a little thinner than the other two. I think the alcohol is definitely coming through a little more. But again, it's all coming together into a nice drink. I think this one's good too. I like them all.
Yeah, we've got 3 drinks that are about the same price range. You basically get this type of variety in any supermarket, or you want to keep drinking that? I'm sorry, I won't rob you. And it's basically wherever you go, you're going to get a lot of bottles on the shelf, and you just have to, try them all out, really. All right, now we're going to move on, and we are going to unblindfold the guys, and we're going to hear what they think about these 3 drinks. We're going to figure out which one they'd like to have a little bit more of right now, and then we're also going to see which one they think is which. And again, we've got choices of choya, right? Umenishiki. Are you remembering this? And the third contestant is kaga no umeshu. Kaga umeshu. So we're going to unblindfold them now. Take them off, guys. All right. Question number 1. Which one do you want to have a little bit more of right now?
Number 1 for me.
Number 1 for you.
Yes.
Yep.
I like number 1. I like the fact that it's a really, I would describe it as a together drink. Everything is coming at you at the same time, full bodied, lots of flavor.
All right. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go for number 1 for the same sort of reason. I liked how it wasn't quite so. It didn't have anything rough at the start, like perhaps the second one did, or just it didn't sort of punchy so much. This one felt smoother, and that raisiny flavor. I enjoyed number 1 the most.
Okay, all right. So number 1 gets the I want to drink it again vote. I enjoyed all 3. Actually, drinking all 3 of them together, I don't know which one I like the most.
Could
but
certainly have
go with all
one of
3.
them.
Don't touch them yet. All right,
Okay.
and you can drink more later.
I think number 1 is the choya, just because I know Choya is the big manufacturer, and I think they've probably spent a lot of time to get a really well made full-bodied drink, and I think this is the one. Number 2 I would say is the Umenishiki, and number 3 I would say is the Kaga.
All right. Okay. What about you, James? What do you think?
I'm actually a little bit different, although I agree with why he thinks, you know, the nice things he said about it. But I think that this is the Umenishiki here at number
okay.
1. I think that Choya is number 2, and I think that the Kaga is the number 3.
Okay. So this is basically Umenishiki, Choya, and then both of you agreed Kaga. All right?
Yes.
I'm going to reveal mine as well. I thought number 1 was the Choya. I thought that number 2 was the Umenishiki. And number 3 was the Kaga. So it seems like I agree with you, Simon, right?
Yes.
And I also had them neat at the beginning. So,
As
yeah,
we do.
As you do. All right. So we're going to bring out the 3 beauties right now. We're going to put the cones on them and create a little bit of suspense. All right. And then we're going to see which one matches up with which. All right. So let's bring them out. Let's go. All right, it's time for the big reveal, and here we go. We're gonna start with number 1.
Okay.
And let's see. This one was really popular, and number 1 is all right. We have the Choya. This is our least expensive version, and Simon, you really like this one.
I did like this one, yes.
Yeah,
very
James,
much.
you were. a fan
I
of
really
this one.
liked it. I just
Yeah,
got it wrong.
this one has. Well, this one's available everywhere. You can get it in this format with the plums intact, or you can get it in the supermarket in a carton as well, and it comes in larger volumes, of course, and you know the same ume-y goodness. All right, we're gonna move on to number 2. Here we go. Number 2 is.
Impossible for me to get right.
That's right. It might be. No, it's
No,
not. It's not impossible.
you just pulled out what I thought was number
Choya.
2.
He chose the Choya for this one.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
did.
that's right. Okay, here we
So
go.
let's see
Number
if
2.
you guys are right.
Yeah, let's see if we're right. Ready? We're right.
Yeah.
We were right. Okay, so this is the Umenishiki. All right, this one is slightly more expensive than Choya, which was just held up before. The price is just down here. All right, and this one was also, you like this one.
I did like it.
Yep. The Umenishiki is a little bit milder, I think, than the Choya. It's a little bit more focused. Great Umeshu. And so that doesn't leave a whole lot of drama as usual, but we're gonna reveal number 3. And here we go. This is the Kaga. This is our ritziest of the 3. And this one cannot be purchased in every supermarket. I haven't seen it in my local, actually. This one comes in at about 1,600 yen usually. Still very affordable. Still a very decent umeshu. And yeah, all of these coming in at about 12, 13, 14, 15% alcohol.
We can get this one at any department stores.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think we picked it up at, where was it, Odakyu or something like that? Lumine in Shinjuku. Yep, so
Chris,
it is, yes.
Chris,
What?
one more thing to do.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we're gonna
Here we go.
do a challenge, shall we?
All right, this is one thing that if you happen to have access to homemade umeshu, then this is a great idea. Although it will knock you out. You ever had a Jello shot? Right. This is the way to end the night.
Is this? Let's have a quick compare before we do this. They're about
Mine's
the
bigger.
same, aren't they?
Come on, you'd have this.
No, I don't think so.
Hold on, I need one too because I
Yeah.
love this kind of. All right.
All right, guys.
So,
Well, anyways, thank you for joining me for the Umeshu show. You can do it. You can do it. Don't cry. Don't cry. There's no crying on Japan Blues Blind.
Just not at all disagreeable.
No, it's fine actually. That was way better than I
This is
expected.
more pleasant than the last one of these I had.
Yeah, the one I had before was
One of
like
those.
just just packed in there like the day
Oh,
before.
hang on, give it a second.
I don't think I'm going to eat too much more of it, but
No, it's starting to get
Yeah.
ugly.